States football. Here are your hosts, the Taco Slayer Jorge and MLS card guy Chris.
Oh, welcome into the Sorare in the States podcast. Sorare is putting up $150,000 to celebrate the new MLS season. So get your wallets out, buy some of them new season cards, and hey, we're going to take a look at some matchups this week. With me, as always, Chris, the MLS card guy, and a special guest, two-time appearance, Sporting KC expert on Play Sharper, ATG Alex. What's up?
Go. Excited to be here. Excited to go over and win a lot of people money. Hopefully.
Oh, whoa. First of all, Daniel Cooper was here first saying, sorry, everybody, he's taking the whole podium every game week.
He's going to need the whole podium to get any good food.
Mike Baston, good evening. Miguel Flores, afternoon. J-Vic, yo, my guy. Welcome in, everybody. Yeah, you know what we're going to do? There's a special weekly on the horizon. We're going to talk about it. We're going to look ahead because it wouldn't be Major League Soccer if there wasn't a bunch of shenanigans. Because why? We play through international breaks. We don't care. We're going to do it. There's going to be rotations. There's CONCACAF and the perfect time when Sorare gives us money to win. So we're going to get into it. We're going to figure it out. But Alex, since you're new to the show, right? Everybody saw his little mini debut on Sunday Shenanigans. If you were there, if you weren't, be there. What are you doing? Alex, what are you thinking about this special weekly? What is your plan? How are you going to attack this? Are you even going to attack it at all? Let us know.
Well, I do plan on attacking it. I opened up the wallet a little bit this week. I got a few rare new seasons. I waited for it to drop a little bit. I was not smart and I didn't immediately go and get a bunch of cards as soon as the auctions came out because that's probably when they were the cheapest. But waited for a little dip, got the guys that I wanted to that I felt were still undervalued, and now we're waltzing into this first game week of the comp, hopefully in good state. And I also, grabbed limiteds, all the Sporting new season limited at the beginning of the season. So that's who I'll be rocking with, especially with the matchups we have. That's who I'll be rocking with for the limited side.
With the rare side, did you have a specific team you were targeting, or guys that are not on international break, or what was your thought process when you're some guys are undervalued, but there's probably tons of guys that are undervalued. How do you narrow it down?
Well, if you look at who I grabbed, it's not good, honestly. If you look at some of the people, I can show you if you want. I can pull up who I've gotten.
Yeah, dude, pull it up.
Let me pull it up real quick.
And if you're listening to the podcast, hop on the YouTube so you can see it, because we got a lot of things to show you, like the list of all the call-ups, because they're here too, and it's a long list.
Yeah, this is gonna not be.
Uh-oh. Are you about to expose yourself right now? Is that SKC expert? Oh, buddy.
Uh-oh. Let's see. Where are we at? Right here? Cool. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about right here. We got we went a little cheap on some of them. We did grab the three dudes who I did grab new season. I am confident about them. Ojeda, Escobar, and Taylor. I still need to get a Steve Clark rare. Because that pairing I think is going to be really good. Steve Clark gets clean sheets a lot of the times, and even without his A is good. Robert Taylor, he's their MLS guy. He started every MLS game this season. Even though he doesn't play much CONCACAF Champions League, I'm not worried about that. And with Messi injuries and all that, Taylor is going to be their go-to guy. He even declined his invitation for the Finnish national team.
Huge.
To stay back, and he said hey, Alex needs some ETH. I'm going to stay back and win him some ETH. So very helpful from him. I grabbed Evan Bush. He's going to start this weekend. I'll sell him on after. I think, backup keepers always get good AA because people are just, they're always just shooting at him like crazy, just testing them. So
got to catch him out.
He's going to get 50 or he's going to get 5. We'll see which one it is.
Add Charlotte. He'll be fine.
Yeah. And then Ramirez, no Russell Rowe. So he's probably going to start with Matan sort of nursing an injury. And so even if he doesn't, he's going to play anyway. And this week's kind of like my handicap week. I built this team on short notice. So, yeah.
I was going to say all of those 5 players are on the road this week.
Yeah.
Are we concerned about matchups on the road?
We got Colorado on there. So
it's a decent matchup, but it's still on the road.
It's silly season. It's just silly season. That's what it is. Sometimes you got to risk it for the biscuit, right?
See, I do like a lot of your strategy is guys that people wouldn't think of because they're international call-ups. And I think that some of those guys actually have a lot of value over the next week, or I think it's just 1 week, 2 weeks.
Yeah. Well, one, give it two, because as they come back, like depending on where they're coming from, what their coach wants to do, maybe they'll get rotated, maybe they won't. But I'm glad we brought it up. We're going to start off because 361, the very first week of this competition, is smack in the middle of international break. So
Smart,
real
real
quick,
smart,
yeah, real smart. Shout out
real
to
smart.
Sorare USA who posted this. There's a Google Doc up here. He tweeted it. Go find it. It was put together by Ranchinator at MLS Fantasy Boss, which is an MLS fantasy podcast, which I actually listen to. It's not Sorare based, but hey, they're looking for the same thing. They want points. They want goals. So go check it out. It's a little different perspective. But we have this giant list of things. Some teams got hit more than others. Some didn't. Real quick, are there any teams that stand out to either one of you that really got hit hard in this international window?
It's got to be Columbus, doesn't it? Losing Schulte and Morris is, yeah, it's
I actually
never
think
a good
Columbus
thing.
is fine.
I mean, they're losing 3 of their starters. I feel like, for them, obviously, they're good. But Evan Bush in goal, no Morris to really hold it down. That could, cause problems. Maybe they drop a couple points that they shouldn't. Maybe draw when they should win. I don't know, Chris, what you got? For anybody else.
I mean, obviously, I'm looking at DC losing my Herrera, my Peltola. Peltola is actually really important to this team, so I really don't expect him to do too well. And with Santos already on a red card, I'm starting to get concerned about the Benteke service, at least for this game. So I might be fading Benteke a little bit. And then Philly down there, the entire starting lineup is gone. Like,
that's a given.
I don't know what they're gonna do, but they don't really have a lot of depth at this point.
Yeah,
So.
JVIC said it too. Philadelphia, yeah, 100%. If you look at this and you're like, Philadelphia is already down low, vibes are bad. They've had a terrible start to the season. They're like, oh, by the way, you're gonna lose everybody there. But guess what? Kai Wagner's still there. But guess what? He hasn't done anything all season anyway.
This is when he turns it on, dude.
Good
news
news
is, turns it on.
If you have any guys that are even on the bubble in Philly, they're definitely starting this game. Like, you have no risk of rotation whatsoever. So
because they ain't got anybody.
You can start those guys with confidence.
Yep, Thomas right here. Yep, same thing. Yeah. Atlanta's like on my 50-50, right? Like no Gigi Almada. Like that definitely hurts because where's the production going to come from? Gregerson, got bodied by Duncan. Rest in peace. Atlanta's another one of those, and Toronto is a buy. We're buying, we're pumping, but not Richie Larea because surgery for a couple months.
Yeah, I will say about Atlanta, aren't they missing their 2 center backs? They got Guzan out there by himself this week.
And no Caleb Wiley.
Yeah, that might be rough. Where are they at? I don't know who they're playing.
Nashville's missing Annabelle Godoy. That's a pretty big loss too.
And Schaffelberg, but that means.
That
means it's Gaines season. So, yeah, it's that time to pull out your Mackenzie Gaines. Trippin' B is going to be so proud. He's going to be so stoked.
It's the one game a year where you can actually use Mackenzie Gaines potentially.
He started a Champions League game. I picked him up as limited, and he
played good.
He dropped 81 and scored. Yeah, so
Chris is such a hater.
Trippin' might be onto something. He might.
Don't watch. He's going to come out. He's going to bang. The number one, whoever podiums this week, they're going to have Mackenzie Gaines in there. It's going to be tripping.
I am willing to bet you a lot that the number one lineup does not have Mackenzie Gaines. I will take really good odds too.
I will say, I do want to point out that Montreal as well, while they have been doing great, rest in peace, Saros, but Waterman has been great in the back. Samuel Piet, Major, and Chouanier, their midfield gone.
Yeah.
So as great as Montreal has been this season, it's looking a little bleak for them. And also the Red Bulls missing Edelman with a red card anyway. Forsberg, Tolkien, Cornell. It's looking a little rough for the Red Bulls as well. So hey, there might be some opportunities, some things to exploit. And Orlando, where our form has been terrible. I have to say it, but we're playing Austin. So it's like a gamble your thing. I'm throwing out my collection because I have it and I have to keep buying it because this guy, if I don't, he'll get all the jersey mitts.
Pereira. So
yeah,
the only good player Austin has is not there.
So go ahead and overpay for your Orlando cards for a 0-0 draw because that's the way it's looking right now.
You could still scoop Gillespie for cheap. He has gone down so much.
Yeah, but he'll be gone on international break.
Yeah,
So for
I'm
this
saying.
week in itself. But yeah. So that was the list. If you were listening to the podcast, just look it up. We got it on the Twitter. We got it on the show. It's a long list. We can't read up
Yeah.
all the names.
Jorge,
So
Thomas brings
yes.
up a good point. I would like to bet you one of my Aaron Longs at whatever you want to give me. I don't like. There's really nothing that meets the right value.
I'll bet you a 2021 Aaron Long for a 2022 Aaron Long. How about that? Because the Aaron Longs are around for days. Okay, we have plenty of Aaron Longs.
I will gladly take more of your Aaron Longs away from you.
But anyway, so let's get started. I know, Alex, you did this preparation. You wanted to come on the show. You had all this prep. You made kind of a watch list. So if you want to go ahead and pull it up, we'll go through the watch list. We'll pick out some players. We'll go from there, and then we'll look at the matchups as well. I know, Chris, you were kind of looking up at the matchups.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's go through your player list. Let's see who you got. We're gonna test your scouting knowledge here on the show.
Here we go. All right.
Yeah.
So I went and picked out. I did 2 defensive stacks and then just like a mix of midfielders and forwards. So first, Franco Escobar. Pair him up with Steve Clark. They have really good matchups coming up. Colorado, San Jose look poor against us. And then Chicago. They could dip in and out of form really quickly. I think there's 2 clean sheets in here. I think Colorado and San Jose could be 2 clean sheets. And Escobar is due a decisive, isn't he? He had that 99 against us, and since then he has sort of rode, this decent AA. I think him and Steve Clark will be the guys coming up for them when it comes to defensive. Oh, let's not leak it. But my other one, I had to go.
Surprise.
I had to go with them. I had to go Melia Fontas. We have some really good matchups coming up.
Is Fontas going to play, though?
I think he will. I think that was more of a cautious thing of them resting him. If I'm wrong, we'll see. If not, go Leibold because he's going to play and he has the best chance of scoring high. But, yeah, we have Galaxy at home, Toronto away, Portland at home. Melia's been –
Wait, those are good matchups?
I think they are.
All those sound like terrible matchups.
I was like, ugh.
Galaxy, Portland, and then Toronto, who we're big fans of Toronto, if you haven't noticed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe defensively, some of those teams could be a little lackluster, but like going forward as a defensive stack.
I think the home matchups for Melia are really nice. I think he just knowing of how he plays at home. Like you can see these 2 recent, he's going to get, he might get peppered with shots, but the way he's been playing, I like it. And, I wasn't content with him a lot last year. I think he's different. I think he's playing a lot better than he was last year. So that's just me, obviously. But next, this is just a lot of these guys in general. This is Vancouver in general. I think that they could be very nice for this competition coming up. They have 3 home matchups. We got Salt Lake, Portland, and Toronto all at home.
Probably Toronto playing everybody.
That's not bad.
Yeah. So he's been in a slump. Obviously, his price has dipped. He's what, 22 floor. He's due. He's due some big weeks. Raposo has been taking those big weeks from him, and I have him here as well.
Been saying it, Ryan Raposo. It's the year.
Yeah, you see that he's taking all gold scores. So if you're wondering where they're going, there you go. So Vancouver, I like him. I like Veselinovic, and I like Gold. Those matchups, all home matchups are always good for MLS.
Yeah,
like you got to love home matchups. And look, that's 4 straight, so you could even use them after the competition too. And then Seattle,
especially home for Vancouver because BC Place is the toughest place to play in North America.
Always gets rocking.
The toughest. Only the toughest.
Where am I gonna go here? Let's go Surge in Nashville's matchups. Obviously we're missing Schaffelberg, so I didn't go him, but Surge has, I believe, 2 goals back to back. His matchups are really nice too. We got LA away, who have looked shaky to start the year. They don't look like a team like they did in previous years. Philly at home, who have been sort of woeful, and then Columbus coming off the international break might be We don't know what they're going to look like, but
And is that the
he's
third week? Because then they'll have CONCACAF that week too.
yeah. So yeah, we don't. Yeah.
How many of those were home?
2 of the 3. So Columbus, Philly, both home, and then LA away coming up. He's going to start from now on. I don't know if he was coming back from injury or what it was, but he came off the bench, scored against Miami, and netted one against Charlotte. And so, I think we can get 2 goals out of him in these next 3. That's 2 decisives. Mukhtar's been cold. Hopefully he can come back from how he's been playing. And the attack for Nashville in general, I think, will be good coming up with these matchups. And then next, Rui Diaz. There was this weird situation with the red card. I don't know what exactly happened, but I guess they showed a red card to the head coach, and everybody thought it was towards Rui Diaz.
So it wasn't.
Yeah, so it showed up
No,
on.
he got a yellow card or something on the bench.
Yeah, it showed
Yeah.
up as a red card on Sorare data, and everybody was pissed because they were like, my lineups I could be so much higher if they would just fix this problem. And so they ended up fixing it. So he was listed as out for a while. Now he will play, and he's got nice matchups too. We got Earthquakes away, Galaxy away, who just conceded 3 at home, and Montreal at home. And so it's him or Morris. I prefer him a little more than Morris. Just because he has the AA factor, Morris at most times doesn't. Plus, Rui Diaz is on pens, so if Seattle get any of those, that's free decisives.
Danny Musovski's season is canceled.
I know.
I'm sad. I'm sad.
All he wants is Mackenzie Gaines to play Danny Musovski in a game. That's it. That's all he wants.
That'd be
I just
a
wanna
dream
play
game.
both.
You're pretty down on LA Galaxy, huh? Because you got a couple of people playing LA. Talk to me about that and why you think that way.
Yeah, so I was going to originally stack Galaxy to start the season. They looked like pretty promising when it came to who they had signed. They got Yamine from Japan, Paint Sill. Obviously, they have Puj, but just by watching them, they're just going to play like, gung-ho style, just like as soon as they get the ball, try to press up and score. And so they can get caught out a lot. I mean, they got 3 scored on them by St. Louis, who hasn't been as good as goal scoring as they were last year. And so that kind of concerns me. And so I feel like teams that, have fast counterattacks or, play around them a lot will be able to, break them down pretty easily. I think their attack's going to be really good no matter what. Puj, Paintsil, Joveljic, they're all going to be really good. But their defense is slow.
Is terrible.
Yeah.
No,
So
well, I
At
agree.
least
Well, they
until
got a-
Jalen Neal gets back.
And they got a red
Yeah.
card on the back line too, so they're even
Yeah.
more in the dumps, especially for this first week against SKC. Like there is actually they're defensively they're going to be like cooked, and like granted they didn't lose anybody to international break, but they leak goals. So
Yeah.
if you're playing at least the attacking players, because like maybe
Yeah.
not so much the defensive for SKC against Galaxy, but
Yeah.
you almost want to sack the offense because you're guaranteed decisives almost.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I can't find him here, but I mean, obviously, Emane's been playing really good. Here's the last game. Own goal from McCarthy. Caceres is not going to be there. Odes actually looked like pretty good from what I watched. He had the assist here, and he had the assist against Nashville too. Delgado has been rising a lot too. But yeah, they're going to get in high scoring games, and so you want teams that are playing against them, but you also want their attack. So that's why I went with that. Next is Ojeda for RSL. He's coming off a red card, but he's looked pretty good this year. His AA has been nice to start the year. 18 against Miami, where they lost. He had 36 against St. Louis, obviously, but then he got the red card, but he still had like decent AA. So I feel like he could be a sleeper pick with no Ruiz since he's out. I think it's for the season now.
Yeah. And
he's
Luna's gone on international break.
Exactly. He can have that role to take over because Anelli is their other center mid, and he's not as attacking minded as Ojeda was. And so, we have like solid matchups coming up, St. Louis, Vancouver, Minnesota. But he can provide some real AA. And if he gets that assist, we could be looking at really good peak scores. just throughout the season with Ruiz gone and him being that guy for them. Let's see. Who else do I want to go over that I have here? Should I go Gallagher? Should I go
Gallagher.
That's an interesting name.
Gallagher.
I wanted one cheap guy to throw in for defenders. So he has what I think are, okay matchups. I would say like decent, because Orlando, obviously you've seen how they played. Sorry.
Ooh, coming in hot.
But if any defender for them is going to be good, they have Dallas at home, who have been not great. And watching San Jose last week, they don't control possession, and Gallagher likes to be a part of controlling possession against teams. So that could be some nice AA against San Jose. He got an assist last week. He had that negative AA game against Austin, but he can provide some really good AA. If they get into a game where they control, he can definitely provide some pretty good scores. You can see last year where he was obviously popping out pretty low bottom scores, but he was getting up to those 60 pluses, like somewhat frequently. So I think that with these matchups, if you want a cheap budget option for this competition, I think with these matchups, he could be an actual option.
As bad as like I want to be about it, like, yeah, Austin has like 3 really favorable matches coming up, and like, yeah, there hasn't really been much to talk about, but they're probably cheap. New season, you might be able to get away with a cheeky little kind of I don't know who you would want.
Yeah,
I don't know who you would go out and get.
He's gonna be the guy out of all of them, I think.
Is Driussi still alive, or is it Diego Rubio's season?
He got subbed on, I think. Yeah, there he is. 19 minutes played. Rubio did play too. And so I mean, I don't know what the situation is going to be with that. I haven't looked at any lineup predictions.
Yeah, Driussi played 20.
Rubio is a thing. If we can get Rubio in there.
Yeah, Rubio.
Yeah.
He's a decent scorer.
Matt Hedges, MLS legend. Let's go. Mike Basson, has there any big player more unlucky over the past 12 months than Pablo Ruiz?
Jack Price.
Yeah, Jack. Oh, man. Rest in peace, Jack Price.
R.I.P., my guy.
And yes, Giassi Zardes is still in the MLS. Doing what? I don't know. But he is still here. Which, dude, this would be the game, too, against Orlando this weekend where, like, Giassi just, like, pops off. Like, am I about to fade Orlando for Austin right now? Like, is this really happening? Is this where I'm going?
All right, I got one more.
Not on the road. Like,
am I down that bad?
Orlando should still be the favorite at home against Austin, surely. Right?
And no Gillespie?
That actually might be a good.
That might be a positive thing.
No Facundo? Is he gonna?
That's also a positive at this point.
All right,
get rid of all the problem children.
I got you one more in.
I don't know who's gonna play in the midfield, but yeah, dude, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great time.
You're gonna play midfield.
Might as well.
So
I'm a full kit up there.
So this is my last pick. It's gonna be Polito. He started off the season really slow, but he got his goal. I think he's back into his form. He looked like he was super happy after the win, and
I love Polito.
He's bought in. He's got his contract, and he's got the matchups coming up. Again, Galaxy, that's a really good matchup at home too.
Yeah.
I think that could be a big game for him, especially with the possibility of no Russell. He might have to step in and whenever we had injuries on the wing last year, he would step out and sort of play a false 9 playmaking role. And I think he could maybe step into that and even have more chance of decisive. And so watch out for Polito coming up. Watch out for him becoming a top scorer once again.
Oh, I love that. Orlando is bad right now because the vibes are bad. See, that's the problem. Perfect. Nothing changed, and things are just so bad. I just look. This is what I'm telling myself. Right? It's that
the randomness of MLS.
We started off with like the longest trip ever to Canada, right? The other side of the world, just to go to Canada in Champions League. Came back. We had Miami away. We've had Atlanta away, and we had a rematch with Tigres all at the same time. Like, dude, it was tough. It was tough going. And you know what? Vibes are a little bad. But hey, we're going to reset. International break, not a break because we play through it. And, we're going to figure it out. So, whatever. Mike Baston is playing. Jack Price is playing.
Where is he playing now, Mike?
right up the road from Mike Basson. That's where.
Well, yeah, but I want to know the club. Chat me.
J Vic wants to know about Tommy and Davis.
Yeah, so it's a weird thing. Davis only has midfielder cards, but he plays right back for us. So Tommy, people are high on him. People are really high on Tommy, and I get the hype. With no Kinda, he is going to be our playmaking guy. He looked really good against San Jose. You saw the AA he got. If you weren't watching the game, you see what he can do. He can provide some really high peak scores this season. I feel like he can be that playmaking guy for us from now on. And Davis, he's probably the hardest worker on the field at all times. The way he plays, he's pressing up. He's getting down and back from box to box. He is our hardest worker by far, and so he could probably provide. He did a little bit last year. I think he hit 80 plus 3 straight games last year, if I remember right.
Love that.
But obviously, being a wing back, it sort of limits you, and we could see it a lot last year. So his scores might not be as good last year, but he's probably one of our most consistent scorers, getting around 50 per game. And even if we're losing, even if we're winning, even if we don't control possession, because he's just going after the ball at all times. And so Tommy, I think he's a really good pickup. Davis, a little bit worse, but he is, he's going to be consistent for you.
Hey, we love consistency. That's what we're all about. So looking at game week 361, right? We have a couple matchups. We got Miami Red Bulls. We already talked about Philly, Red Bulls, Montreal. Minnesota is actually on a bye week, I'm pretty sure. And we got the Pink Bozos down in Miami, who are a little rotation risk, a little heavy. So any of these matchups stick out to you guys? Anything you want to target? Anything that you see that you're like, maybe we should look at some of these players from these teams?
Yeah, I got one. And it's a team that I think we're sleeping on a little for this entire tournament, because I'm looking at their 3 matchups. Home against Atlanta, home against Kansas City, and away to Vancouver. I like 2 out of 3 at home. I like that they have a big potential scorer with Insigne. They don't have a ton of international call-ups. I mean, Flores is a big part of what they do. Yeah. Flores is definitely a loss, but like there's only one. So like that's not the worst thing in the world. I don't know. Atlanta's got a bunch of call-ups. Like, this is not Atlanta. They're not playing Atlanta. They're playing Atlanta B. It's like, that's why I like that matchup, right? And they're playing Atlanta B, and then they're playing SKC, which at home, pretty even matchup, and then they're playing Vancouver. So, I don't know. I think we're sleeping on Insigne a little bit.
Yeah? Is it Insigne season?
It's Insigne season. Look at his start to the season. His start to the season has been insane.
He's been nuts. He's gotten to that form that I think a lot of us hoped for whenever he first got to the league. And it's gonna be scary.
And he's got some nice matchups now.
Yeah.
We have a couple questions about Sean Johnson. Is he healthy again? That is a big negative, right?
I heard after the international break is when he'll.
I think he's still at least a week or 2 away. Yeah, at least. These things can tend to stretch out too, because like teams will give you like, we hope he's back by the international break, and then everyone takes it as like he's coming back by the international break. It's like, no, like that's like best case scenario is like probably another week or 2.
This is going to be another one of those Crapo situations where like he was going to be back, and he's almost back.
He's going to be back in April. And he doesn't make
never came back
his debut until like August or
wasn't
something.
it till like after Leagues Cup?
Yeah,
like,
it was.
I'm
August.
pretty sure it was like
Yeah,
he got it for the playoffs though.
He was supposed to be back in like early April.
SR Ducky, look at this. Whitecaps have 4 home fixtures in a row.
Yeah,
Chris, how did you miss this?
Yeah, no, that was what
he talked about.
Well, I know, yeah.
He
didn't bring it up again. I was about to say, Alex.
I was just talking about ones he didn't talk about. I wasn't going to go over the same ones again.
Yeah. We can pull it up and look at matchups real quick.
I do like your Ryan Gold shout, because he has so much potential as far as like, because a lot of times I think some of these guys, like their max is like 65, 70 if they get like a decisive. Gold's is completely unlimited. So I absolutely love that one.
I had his limited last year, and he was, once he got into midseason form, he was banging out.
Yeah, he's a monster. He can definitely be a monster on his day.
Yeah.
And I love your
sets too. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I love your Ranko Veselinovic. I think is good. He's also can be a monster. I've had him for a while, and he'll pump out some of those like 40, 50 AA games. I don't know if at home is really the place where he's going to necessarily do that, because you're kind of looking for a spot where they're more under pressure and he's, making clearances all the time, or like, retrieving the ball and everything. But at home, they should probably have a little bit more of the ball. So, but yeah, I mean, I love that one. I love the Gald. Raposo, I don't know if I'm as sold on. He's breaking out to some degree, but I don't
back.
know. Let's talk about Raposo a little bit. Why are we think he's back or he's here?
Dude,
I don't know.
Sleep on Raposo.
He can't be back because he was never here.
Can you go back to that price graph real quick?
Yeah. Wait.
Did I just see that? Oh,
yeah. This is insane, guys. Like, what are we doing?
Listen,
okay, let's chill out on Raposo.
I'm hype on the Raposo train, right? Like, I like what I'm seeing. Come
Not
on,
that hype.
let's come. All right, we'll change it to cash. All right, ETH is dead.
I mean, it's like it's not that much.
It's the exact same.
Okay, but like $5 for Ryan Raposo, a new season. Okay, come on. All right,
That's too much. Flat out.
that's too much.
Too much.
That is
He's
too
worth 50 cents.
If you go to this most recent Vancouver game they played, you see the two best players for Vancouver popped off like we expected.
I mean, but this is like, he got a goal and an assist. He got us decisive. Like, this is max output for a right mid left back. Like, he's that attacking wing, attacking left back, or attacking fullback kind of position. Like, that's just not, you're not going to do that very much, Like, you're not going to have very many decisives as an attacking fullback. Yeah. And he's got 2 in the last 3 games.
This might be the new Raposo.
Only reason why he looks like this.
He's taking golds, as I said. He's getting those decisives. I mean, look who else shined in that Dallas Vancouver game.
Look at all these other AAs, though. I mean, granted, some of these are off the bench.
Fafa Pico took all goals decisives. Look at that Dallas game.
When he starts, he's a 48, which isn't bad.
Yeah, but Pico's going to be gone on international, though.
Yeah, exactly. So more Raposo, exactly.
Well, we know he's starting, but that means he's a 48. Like, I'm taking out all of the sub appearances, right? So, like, this is his real, quote unquote, real average.
Okay, but when they have such a great and amazing forward at Vancouver, okay, they have an amazing forward that's going to finish all the chances created by Ryan Raposo and Ryan Gold. You know who that is, right? You know who I'm talking about, Chris, right?
I know who you're talking about, but you're not talking about him correctly.
Let's talk about Damir Krylak. Let's go.
Brian White. Yikes.
Hey, Krylak looked good against Tigres, right? He got a little goal, and then he's been wishy-washy, but we all know what Krylak can do. Whether his legs want to do it anymore, we don't really know yet, but it's there. It's Brian White season. 4 home games in a row. You love to see it. Real quick though, Americano Spidey is rain of concern in the MLS because there are a lot of rainy matches apparently on RotoWire this game week. So I haven't checked, right? But I do know that we're supposed to get dumped on this weekend here in Florida. Unless it's like really bad thunderstorms that are like lightning delays, they will play in the rain, as we've seen from the snow game. And we're not really scared of little water. But Philadelphia was an extreme, so
they were a little scared of that water.
Yep. Miguel Flores, Raposo goal against Charlotte should have been saved by Kalina. LOL, Kalina overcommitted for the sweat. Kalina do be Kalina in sometimes, especially at the very end.
I'm just saying, fullback goals are not repeatable. Like, we should not count on that.
What about John Tolkien and Kyle Wagner? Maybe not goals, but decisives.
Yeah.
Tolkien at least was more AA than decisive. Was he not?
Oh, yeah, because nobody at the Red Bulls could score to save their lives.
Right. Now, Kai Wagner is a bit of a strange story. But
oh, yeah. Is it an outlier? Oh, buddy. All right. What other matchups are we looking at here? Do we have anything else? We have Vancouver. We have our Toronto shouts.
We could go to that Sporting LA and look at attacking stacks if you want. I mean, both those groups are probably going to thrive. You see,
just paint, literally,
yeah, paint. It's all high A. I don't know why Yoshida's double A. Maybe because he got that goal. But yeah, both the expect decisives on both sides. I would say Joveljic. I mean, the way he's been playing, he's gonna bang this year. If I had to guess,
Good for Jovic, man.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Finally getting his chance.
Shawi done nothing this year. He was horrible against San Jose. I think he has to get it eventually. With the way that LA's been playing and the way that he's counterattacks, I think this could be his chance to finally do something. And
Well, if he was ever going to do it, this is his chance.
Exactly. And we have no international call-ups for us, and from what I'm seeing on the right side, I don't think they have any either, right? From their starters. Besides that, yeah, because Caceres is red card, so that's why that new center back's there. I think that could be a game to watch out for if you're looking for some attackers.
Listen, I'm going to bring this one up for at least 361 because there is 2 other game weeks we're going to take a look at. We're going to look at some matchups. Obviously, it's not going to be as drastic as this one. This is the one where it's like, whoa, like we're missing some people. But I want to bring up Philly at Portland because, like we said, dude, Philly's just rotated. They're not really going to have anybody. Play your kids, play the kids, and we have a pretty
kids lineup.
We have a pretty stacked Portland. Like Pantemis has always been fine.
Yeah,
no Kamal Miller or whatever. But Portland stack, get your Portland stacks out.
Is that new striker gonna play? Is he not registered yet?
Oh yeah, they did just sign. What's his name from Club America?
Yeah.
What's his name?
I saw that too. I'm blinking. I don't
remember. That guy.
The guy from
Isn't it Rodriguez?
Mexican guy.
Yes,
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Who's he going to slot in for whenever he gets in, you think?
Esprilla.
Yeah, or Espria? Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Esprilla's never really been super crazy.
Yeah. Moreno's been...
I was about to say, like, there's a Santi.
Diego Chara is not playing attacking mid. I don't know what we're doing with that. Evander is definitely playing further forward than Diego Chara.
Hey, maybe they're trying something new. Maybe we don't know.
Yeah, Rodriguez. Yeah. There you go. Daniel's always coming in clutch with that. But yeah, I think Portland, like if you have Portland stacks, maybe if you even want to look at their squad, see what they're up to.
Was Quinn Sullivan not on international duty?
I guess not.
I thought he was with the U.S. One of the youth
We could pull it up.
Yeah, remember too, they're also missing Kamal Miller.
He's not.
Huh.
No Quinn Sullivan missing.
Well, guess he's starting. So that's pretty safe. Yeah, Portland at home is a cheeky play.
Yeah.
What about Colorado at home?
I did see that
Houston.
too.
Against the Dynamo.
Yeah. I don't trust the Dynamo right now. And if Colorado's ever going to have a chance, it's going to be at home.
But see, here's another thing. And on top of that, so Houston was on like my B tier list. B tier list. Beer tiers. Oh, all the beers. Carrasquilla is gone on international duty. Yeah. So like Houston has already played with injuries, played with like oopses and uh-ohs, and all of a sudden they're like creative midfielder. Carrasquilla, he's out too. It's like
gone.
Things are
they still have friend of the show Griffin Dorsey to carry them.
They do still have friend of the show Griffin Dorsey.
It's fine. Totally fine.
But Colorado, it might not fully be there. Rest in peace, Mihailovic missing that penalty.
Do they really have Sebas Ferreira starting?
Wait,
guys,
he's not back. He's not back, is he?
No, he's not.
Is he?
He's not. He had a year-long injury, guys. What are we doing?
Yeah, he's
Why?
Daniel Cooper with his new season, Moreno and Evander. That's going to be cheeky.
That's a nice
weekend.
stack. That's
a nice thing.
I like that.
Dude, he came in first comment of the night, said he's going to take podiums the whole way, and then
now we know why.
In 30 minutes later.
Now we know why.
With his Moreno and Evander. They
got those beautiful kits on too.
And Mike Basson likes the sound of a beer tier. My kind of guy. I love it.
What about? I got another one. New England at home against Chicago. I like that.
Ooh.
That is a good one.
You kind of know who they're gonna play because all the kids are gone. So
and Champions League isn't affecting them right now.
In 2 weeks, so they have a bye next week, and then in 2 weeks they have home against Charlotte, I think it was. But they're like sandwiched in between Champions League games. So like that whole thing is a mess. But like right now, they're definitely gonna play the starters, and like that's a nice cheeky matchup at home. And Chicago doesn't have Brady.
Brioni's off 2 straight goals, I think, too.
So yeah,
maybe he's catching form.
Brioni has figured out that strikers have to score goals.
Yep.
It's incredible. They have to what?
Yeah.
They have to score goals.
Bo texts him. He's like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah. No Noel Buck, no Ravas for New England either, so they're probably going to be susceptible in goal.
Yeah.
Bakarak is going to be gone too.
Bayrak-Tarovich.
Bayrak he's going to be gone.
He's great.
He is great.
Shout
He
out.
is great.
Shout out Byron Terovich.
Oh, look at that. With that Top's finest coming in clutch. No, that's a good shout. New England might be in danger. Chicago Fire just came off a crazy win, so they're hype. Maybe. I don't know. Move off that momentum a little bit, make things happen.
The Windy City.
I will say
Literally
New
the
England
Windy
is not
City.
very good right now.
No. But let's move on. Let's move on. We have more game weeks. Guess what? There are 3 chances.
Oh, we're going through
to
all these
win.
game
So-
weeks?
Yeah. Well, this one was the only one like crazy one because there was a lot of international call-ups. The other ones are like, all right, let's look at some matchups, see who we might want to target. Because help some people wrap their heads around the MLS while they're competing hard in the European competitions. They don't have time to focus on the MLS, so we're here to do that for them, right? Right? Game week 63? No? Anybody?
Here we go.
363.
I will say this:
All
before
the bad teams are at home. So
before we start up on the second game week, if you look at the rare competition for this competition coming up, there's like no one entered. It's like 280 people, and it's like top 140 it's like starts at $45. So
Granted, we're still 2 days away from launch.
I understand, but
Right.
that I mean,
he's right. 100%. He's right. Like,
yeah, that
just go buy like a couple real
Yeah.
cheap cards and
enter one. Why not?
throw a dart at it.
Exactly.
Wait,
And prices
so-
starting to go down.
Oh, and prices are starting to go down. I know, Alex, you've been in the markets hard today.
Yeah,
Like, leave some cards
Yeah.
for the rest of us, dude.
yeah. I finally picked up another super rare for Sporting that I'm happy about. So
Look at that.
we're getting it done.
I don't like any of these matchups. for
Did I
this
see
week.
Beavers on the call-up list for RSL?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
he got called up
US
to the Olympic
youth
team, right?
Yeah.
Beavers and Luna gone for RSL. So it's McMath season, right?
Ooh, Luna being out is interesting.
That's what I'm saying about Ojeda. He
Mhm.
can, he's gonna be
Yeah.
that guy.
Even though I've been looking at the other guy, Emil or Amir.
Emeli. Oh,
Emeli.
Emil
I,
Forsberg. is
I,
here.
I
No,
watched him last year
I
when he
love him.
first came in. He was playing. I don't know what wingback it was, but he reminds me of Jake Davis. He works hard, dude. And he got his goal, I think, last week or 2 weeks ago. He's gonna be a good one if
Yeah.
that can be another option to pick up.
I was looking at his card the other day and I was like, ooh, look a little fancy. I was staring at it for a little too long. I was like, oh. Yeah, Emeli is cooking the A. And I think that's what stood out to me the most. I was like,
Yeah.
oof. And defensive mids. I think it's pretty safe to say we love defensive mids on this show. So
We
that's
should,
great.
but we do.
Oh, they're just so good. They're so good. Do we know if Beavers will be the number 1 this season at some point? I feel like there's always like a wishy-washy with McMath, but he just keeps being the guy.
My vote is no. I think it's
Yeah.
still McMath.
Yeah, I mean he's played one
And-
game. We can't-
Unless RSL like dips pretty significantly,
Right.
I think it's going to be McMath this year.
Well, if they
Beavers
stop
is a
getting
really solid backup. If like something does happen to McMath, Beavers will be a really good option on U23. And anything long term, probably a pretty good option. But I don't think this is quite the year yet.
Yeah, another U23. Schulte all day, even though he's probably going to leave. Is Gayesi the clear? Oh, Gayesi is always a clear number 1.
Is he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, look. In Mason, we trust. Okay, Mason's beautiful backup. Love the guy. Great story. Just you love to see it. He's not a starter.
He's no Gillespie.
He's not like starting caliber, but he's you can rely on him when times are tough, and times are definitely tough. Schulte is $1 billion, but he's so worth it. Columbus is so worth it. They're gonna keep clean sheets all
Yeah.
season. They're so good.
They're OP.
They're just so good.
If you got the cash to throw to get Columbus, you are living. You are living.
Attacking, yes. Defensively, I don't.
No,
I'm not a big fan.
just 50 Ayabos in the
Eight-
gallery.
Aiden Morris leaves this team in the summer, they will give up lots of goals.
You think so?
That's what I'm saying. This
I
game
think
week
that
coming up could be.
Or even worse, Wilfred Nancy leaves because there's rumors of Wilfred
Ooh.
Nancy at
Uh-oh.
what, Southampton or something.
Yeah, I
Uh-oh.
saw
One of the Prem teams. It's like if they get relegated, it's Wilfred Nancy's job, and if he leaves, sell, like get out.
Crew
Get
fans,
out.
cover your ears.
Yes.
Crew.
Dude,
That is
all
like
owners.
nightmare scenario,
Wow.
but it's coming.
do you really think he would just up and leave in the middle of the season? Like knowing
For
that
sure.
they have they'll knowing they have a legitimate chance
For
to
a
literally
Premier
run
League
it back.
job?
Yeah,
Heck
Southampton's looked crazy too. Yeah,
I mean, it's
I
not.
would,
It won't be a Premier League job if he gets it. Apparently, according to rumors, they're only giving him the job if they drop down. But like
Something like that, yeah.
a team that drops down has the best chance of like coming back up. I mean, technically, I guess not, but they've got Premier League talent. They'll be in the championship. You lead them to 1 year through, and then you're a Premier League manager. Like that's.
you said Southampton, right?
I think it was one.
Yeah.
It's one of the teams that starts with S that's in a
Okay.
relegation battle. I think
Oh,
it
then
was
it's
Southampton.
probably Sheffield because Southampton's in the championship.
No, it's not Sheffield. I don't think.
I don't know then because I know Southampton's
Come on.
been killing it. I think I don't know where they're at. I think
Yeah,
they're about to get
Columbus
promoted.
Collection's completely in the mode when Kucha, Morris, and Nonce leave in the summer. That would be wild. Like I would literally be. I would be very upset. I would actually be upset because that would be sad. I'd be very sad.
Hey, but that's Eastern. You know, that's a better path to the MLS Cup right there for y'all.
Do you have it pulled up, Chris?
I'm looking for it. I'm trying to find.
Oh, I already pulled you up anyway.
Nope.
Yeah. Anyway, 363. While we got it here, will you look for that tweet? We got a couple matchups. We got Philly again, which at this point, so for 363, it's safe to say that international break, they'll be coming back. Some guys, the guys, they'll come right back into the straight end of the team like nothing ever happened. Some guys may get rotated a little bit, come off the bench. So there are chances. When stuff like that happens, that means people are going to have DMPs. That means people's teams are going to get killed. And that means that just gives you a better chance. If you do your scout and you do your homework, you have a better chance at winning that sweet, sweet cash. Because that's what it's about now. Just buy cars to win cash.
Yep.
Buy cash to win cards.
There you go. Can confirm. Rumor of Nonce is.
Yeah, here we go. I got it. Current Columbus manager Wilfred Nance is the front runner for Southampton.
Uh-oh.
Although I guess we should see if this is a real account. 3,000 followers.
Could be. You never know. Never know. Boom. Coming in hot. Bongi and Ray are going to clown on Philly if Ray is alive.
Is he alive? Do we know?
Boy, he subbed in. He subbed in. He did sub in.
Has he been training?
Is
Is he at training?
Probably not. Does he train?
I don't think so. I think he
feel
just
like
goes there and takes
sits on the
photos and
sideline and I don't know,
juggles
throws things at people or something. Does whatever Ray Noso does. We don't ask questions. We just love to watch him play football. LAFC at Colorado. Don't like that.
I see that. Shout out Chris. DC United, Montreal. That could be a Benteke game right there. That could be a nice one for him.
Maybe
At home against Montreal. And then
I mean, there really are no good matchups. So like that's at least an okay one.
Yeah,
I mean, anything at home is going to be decent, but like all the bad teams are at home. So like
Orlando Red Bulls. Ugh.
There's another one. Sporting.
I actually
Toronto.
really don't mind Dallas right there.
Dallas away at Austin?
Because it's a rivalry game. Like,
yeah, but they're both bad.
Yeah, they're just gonna be 0-0. So defensive stacks in those games. There you go. Pause and Stuver.
That's a free clean sheet right there.
But see, I think
Gallagher,
Austin is much worse than Dallas.
With Driussi coming back,
yes.
though, I don't know. Yeah,
I will give you that one. Yes, technically. San Jose.
If you have
Houston,
Dallas players, start them in this game because it's about as good a matchup as they're going to get.
But hey, Dallas players might be cheap right now because they're kind of bad and nobody wants their new season cards. So, looking at not the first week that everybody's looking at, but if you take a step ahead and look a week ahead and go, oh, Dallas plays Austin, a little cheeky lineup. Oh my God, Columbus at Nashville. Rest in peace, Nashville. Oof. St. Louis at RSL. Man, you weren't kidding. There are just no
there's nothing.
There's no killer lineups.
We have Cascadia Cup. That's it. That'll be fun
actually LA Galaxy, Seattle at Galaxy. It's going to be like 3-0 because Seattle can't score. So it's going to be like 3-0 Galaxy. So Galaxy stacks against Seattle is probably the move. Portland at Vancouver.
Yeah, Cascadia Cup always interesting. So
yeah,
there could be something that happens late in that game.
That is the definition of.
So I've got a
MLS.
question.
Yeah,
I've got a question. I just want a tier 3 from MLS specialists.
Oh,
and I don't know who this is.
Let's see. Who is it? Wait. Hold up.
Strozo. Wait,
he's
gonna sound familiar.
He's a U23, right? Yeah, he's like he could start in place of Russell Rowe.
Oh,
what I saw.
did you just get a dub, Chris?
But didn't
like-
you have Christian Ramirez to start and play for Russell Rowe?
Because that's what
Because Christian Ramirez is significantly better. So what you're telling me is the 1 week where there's an attacker who's missing, he's still not even going to get a chance.
But he's like,
because there's another attacker.
I think he's like $5. So that's not like it could be
It's
worse.
crazy.
But
I mean, they should do it based on price. So I'm assuming that he is like at least somewhat decently expensive. But
yeah,
my guy is nowhere near.
when Cucho and all them leave, there you go.
Here we
Plan for
go.
the summer.
There you
2
go.
years from now, I am set, boys.
Yep.
By the way, now you have to buy a full Columbus collection
Yep.
for this one midfield card that doesn't play.
It's time.
Well, I mean, I got Hinestroza. You might as well get the Cucho
Oh.
and the Rossi to go with it. You know?
Actually, I just realized too that there's a Sunday game that week, and it's Atlanta Chicago Fire in Atlanta,
That's a decent matchup.
Oh.
If Atlanta has all those guys back, that's a decent matchup.
and that's Sunday too, so they'll have extra rest, extra time to get back. Chicago is in trouble this game week, so get your Atlanta stacks ready. Where's Thomas? Where's he at?
Guzan,
Get your Atlanta guys in, because they're coming.
Big
They's a coming.
Yeah, I
They-
mean, who did they just sign? They just signed another guy from the Mexican
Chicago?
League. Yeah, no,
Daniel Rios.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Atlanta
well,
just signed
The
them.
completely failed Nashville and Charlotte striker.
Yeah,
This
he's
is
their
coming back for some reason.
he's their third string. So
Yeah.
Welcome back, Daniel Rios, super sub of the year.
Also,
He
I think
is-
Atlanta changed their logo on Twitter, and I don't like it. I'm not a fan.
did they?
It's like blue or something. Is it like Earth Day? Did I miss
Oh,
it?
is it
No.
their away kit?
Yeah, they got a third kit, I think, or something like that, or like a special edition kit, and that's what they changed
Well,
it to.
I hate the logo. I don't know about the kit. I haven't seen the kit, but hate the logo.
The kit's like a rooster, right? Isn't that what it is?
A rooster? What are they?
does the
Tottenham?
rooster have to do with Atlanta?
What are they? Tottenham?
What does it have to do with five stripes?
Let me look.
I
They're-
don't under-
They're a train team, man, not a rooster.
So DC Montreal is actually interesting. There's okay, Server Dad is not that
Canals.
far out.
It's
Canals,
not
just
that good.
Canals. That's all you get.
Just one
Canals.
guy. It's just Canals. 1 versus 0. That's this game.
Yeah,
Also,
honestly,
probably will not start if everyone.
game week 463 is just going to be up in the air because there's really no OP matchups unless you're playing Atlanta or LA Galaxy, which everybody has. So congratulations to your scores and Columbus Crew with Nashville. Nashville could sit in or not because their defense, their back line looks different every week, and Columbus Crew has no problem with anybody, and they will just run you over. They don't care who you are.
We'll see the Mackenzie Gaines last minute, not last minute to make it 4-1. He's the pick of the pick of the competition.
The absolute garbagiest of garbage time goals. Yeah, love it.
I think, dude, I'm telling you, Mackenzie Gaines is going to be in a winning lineup this weekend. It's going to be mine because I'm going to podium with Mackenzie Gaines that I don't own
I
yet.
can't wait to take your Aaron Long when that doesn't happen.
What, to add it to your, how many do you have now? 20, 25, 26?
I don't know. I used to have like 20. We give them away every now and then, so I'm probably down to like 15, but I don't know.
You know what the funniest part? Oh, there it is.
This,
I was gonna say-
are we going to talk this last game week?
Yeah, of course. Do you have it pulled up?
Yeah. So the one that stands out is New England and Charlotte.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry to my guy Triple B, but I don't trust Charlotte at all as of yet.
Oh,
They're looking rough.
I do.
They're looking rough.
I don't know if you see it
So-
too. Miami, Colorado in Miami.
But Miami is between Champions League games.
That's where Robert
Oh,
Taylor
that's
comes
right.
in, and
You're in-
Campana and all of them.
You're rolling the dice if you're going Miami guys. Like any of them could start or any of them could sit. That's the problem.
Taylor's been the one guy who's been consistently starting. That's why I grabbed him. And so
Anyone that
Actually, that's
ends up
good.
starting in this game is probably in for a treat. But
yeah.
yeah, I don't know. There's not a lot of great matchups in this one either.
Did Summer literally pick like the worst weekend to have like a special weekly when it's
Pretty
just
much.
like
Pretty
it's
much.
just pure MLS chaos. Nobody gets what they want.
El
Cincinnati.
Tráfico.
Ooh, there we go. Cincinnati
Ooh.
could also be, they could eat against New York.
El Tráfico.
But yeah.
Atlanta at NYCFC. San Jose at San Jose and Austin. Ugh.
I mean, this is a great matchup for Austin. To be honest,
Yeah.
start your
At
Danny
home.
Pereira here.
And
And
Drusy will be
Drew-
full by then too, right?
Yeah,
Do we
Triusi is
know-
a good matchup actually.
Do we actually know if they've minted Triusi already? Like, or is that one of the cards that they're holding
I will
off?
go check.
Yeah. So for this last game week for 365, we have New England Revolution in Champions Cup. We have Miami in
We do
Champions
have
Cup,
new season Triusi.
and we have
confirmed.
Columbus Crew. What's his price graph look like?
It's. I mean, if those prices are actually legit, probably not bad.
I think it's like 20.
That is.
Yeah.
That's
For a
cheap.
Triusi?
I'm not gonna lie, that's cheap. For as good a matchups as he has,
What are those matchups?
he's
Orlando,
got away to
Dallas.
Orlando, home against
Ooh,
Dallas, home
that is
against
good.
Earthquakes.
Yeah.
That's juicy, guys.
Yeah, him and Gold might be those two like guys to go
Bangers.
for. Yeah.
And wait, was he a forward card? I didn't even check.
he might
what's
have.
that?
It was no. Does he?
Doesn't
Oh, he
matter.
has
Of course not.
forwards though. But
Yeah,
obviously-
but
oh,
not
wow,
this
you wanna
season.
play- if you want to play the comps, you want to get
But you can play two old season.
exactly.
You can't
Throw
play
in
two
my-
old season.
Throw in my old season Melia because they still haven't released.
What
I'm
you
still mad
should
about
do is get a new season Triusi mid and an old season Triusi forward and play them both in the same lineup. And then he just bangs about
And then
a,
just
a
eat.
double 100 for you, you
that. There
know?
you go.
They should let you do that. That would be cool if you could like. There was one guy that was like an attacking fullback, and he had like defender, midfielder, and forward cards. You
Freaking
could just
Julian Gressel.
put 3 of them in.
Just a
put
defender
3
and
of them in the
midfielder.
same lineup. That'd be sick.
That's what I was.
Pull up,
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
pull up those Driussi scores real quick.
The scores.
I
Yeah,
was-
because
I was going for like for guys that had sneaky forward cards. One of them is Yuya Kubo over at Cincy.
really
He has a
Ugh.
forward card. He
Ugh.
starts, so I picked him
look.
up.
Yeah, the thing is,
He
like
doesn't
Kubo,
always start.
He
Kubo can
recently
show
has.
up, but dude, Cincinnati has nobody though. That's the thing. Like Kubo, like
But they
somehow,
just got Yedlin.
yeah, but Kubo's been playing up top.
Yeah, Kubo's been playing left mid.
Kubo
That's the-
plays wherever they
have-
need a body.
They
They're
have
like, here, Kubo,
Oriano.
go do
They
it.
have Oriano and Yedlin as the fullbacks, and that's where Kubo was playing to start the season. Was in that Yedlin spot.
He did just pop out like an
And-
85 or a 90 from left mid though last weekend.
Don't be a hater, Chris.
Yeah. Maybe he's back.
I'm
soon.
gonna hate. I'm gonna hate on Kubo.
Kubo.
I get that he has a
Raposo.
lot of versatility, but when everybody's
Like Rio Hatate
alive,
of Celtic. Just stick
there
him
you
in.
go. There you go.
Yeah.
When everybody's alive, Kubo is not a starter, even though he was brought in as a DP.
But Cincinnati doesn't have anybody. That's
Exactly.
the thing.
Exactly. Who
Kubo
do they have
literally
on?
became a starter by sticking around long enough, and they're like, "Well, I guess we have no other choice now. Here you go."
Who do they have on international break? Who could he? You know,
Just Miles Robinson.
oh,
Miazga
center back. There you
season.
go. Play center back.
He's not a center back. They have so many good center backs. Why would they use him there?
Play 3 Kubo cards and 2
Ooh,
Kip
Driussi
is-
Keller,
center.
Matt
Dude, is Kip Keller?
Miazga.
Oh, is it Kip Keller season? How
Kip
much is
Keller's.
Keller?
It's been Kip Keller's season. He's had a really nice start.
That's
to the
true.
Year.
He has had a pretty good start.
Are we gonna play that Giroud goalkeeper card whenever he comes to the league?
Ooh, there you go.
Are we gonna do that? Remember when they gave him that?
Old season.
Exactly.
It was still a forward card though, what? Just
I
like
think
a
it was,
goalkeeper
but he's
kit?
in his. They should have made one keeper one just for fun.
No, because then they would have to make a Rodrigo Schlegel one. I need that on a card so bad, like that. This exact picture. Please just give it to me on a Sorare card. I need it. I will pay. I will sell my house if I have to. I need it in my life.
Oh, no.
Oh, I so need it. Yeah, Kip Keller's another good option too. Oh, dude, again, I'm coming back to this whole Austin thing, where Austin might be a really cheeky
Is-
play this weekend.
Is Kip Keller on Austin? I thought he was on
No.
Cincy.
No,
He's in
He's on Cincy. Yeah.
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
But
I
I'm just
thought-
like saying, because like going back to like the whole Driussi thing, where it's just like, but that's like a gamble you like really have to commit to, and like it could really blow up in your face. What's Driussi's Insta? bio?
Driussi? No.
Yeah, what's his Insta bio at? Does he have an Insta bio?
I don't know.
Kip Keller for $1, my guy.
Ooh. You
I
can
mean,
stack. I'm telling
Kip
you.
Keller for $1 is a
Stack.
pretty good deal. Especially with no Miles, you know Kip Keller's going to start.
Yeah, I was actually looking at Miazga a couple days ago.
That's who I was too. I picked him up not
Were
too
you?
long ago. He was putting up good scores in the Champions League when he
Yes,
first
and
came
he's
back.
cheap.
Driussi's
Exactly.
buy now is 24.
Okay. Does he have an auction? Yeah, there's an auction.
Yeah, there's an auction here.
You know, that's doable.
1796.
How much is Gold's new season?
Good call. Yeah, those are cheeky little plays, man. I'm liking that. That's my kind of play. Because then it just blows up in my face, and I just
25 Instabuy, probably 30 something.
No, this is bid.
That's what I'm saying. His Instabuy is probably 30 something if he has one. Does he?
What?
70.
Oh my god!
Whoa!
Get that. Go get on that auction.
Whoa!
Get on that auction.
Wait, what are his cards?
What has he been
selling
going
for?
for?
He's
I
been going for
know,
like
that's what
20, like 25 for his. Old.
Why is he?
I don't
Why
know
is
what
he
his new season-
70?
Wow.
Oh,
Wow!
that's a graph, guys.
Whoa!
My lord.
Welcome to the MLS special weekly, guys.
Yeah, he's like 50 minimum right now.
Wow! I did not
Yo.
realize he was that much for his.
Are we back? Is it
Well,
silly season?
New seasons are back, although they weren't here before. New seasons are out.
When did they announce the special weekly? I want to see something. The 13th. What's the? I mean, it rose a little bit, but wow.
Wow!
There you
I feel
go,
like
J-Vic.
going-
We're so
going
back.
Going
back.
into this, I feel like everybody knew that like what they did with the Premier League in the off season, they were gonna do with new season cards anyway. So like, I feel like everybody knew even here that like there's clearly a premium.
What did I say?
I think it's crazy that like
What did I
this
say from
graph.
day one.
Oh God, I don't know how to undo it. I did it. Oh no!
Oh, refresh.
Oh no! I think it's crazy that like his old season cards have literally actually gone down just slightly. His new season cards
slightly.
are just to the moon.
Zoom out to 3 months.
Crazy. 3 months?
Yeah,
Jeez,
That's
like-
crazy.
that's wild.
that's a split.
That's a heck of a graph.
Zoom out
right
to 6
there.
months.
wow.
Is that going to be like the new tail? Is just going to, but eventually it's going to come
From now
back,
on,
right?
this line is just going to stay the same, and then there's going to be a blue triangle dot that just goes like this every year.
Check Brian White. How much is he? I haven't looked at him
Oh yeah.
because I mean, if you get gold, you got to stack him with White.
To be fair,
Listen, man.
Brian
if-
White is never recommended.
What?
Oh my
lord.
god! Jeez.
Never recommended, and especially not at this price. Are we?
Wow.
We're
Oh
back.
my-
Like if Brian White,
$50 Brian White.
someone
Let's
bought him
go.
for $50. Mikey, if you're here, explain yourself.
We're so back. It's insane.
Explain yourself, sir.
Wait,
Can
what
I
are his
tell you,
scores? Didn't he just come
there's-
off like a 70?
Yeah, he just scored 2
80.
or a goal and
Great.
assist. Yeah.
2 decisives in a game, and we're
That's all
gonna
it
pay
takes.
$50 for him,
That's all it takes.
guys.
But they have
guys,
4 game weeks. They have 4 home games.
That means you know
We
who's
talked
next.
about it.
You know who's next?
Listen.
Papa Pico is next. 2 decisives.
If we figured out that they had 4 home games in a row, everybody else can too. And they know, and it's Brian White season. That is
yeah.
guys, you don't want to see this.
Daniel Cooper. Any really good defenders, finding it hard to find really good ones. You know, I've been struggling with that. I have been struggling a little bit to like find defenders that I'm like very, very solid on.
John Gallagher.
You don't want to see this.
John Gallagher.
Hold on, I'm gonna wait. Oh, I can't do it any lower.
Who did I
Zoom
have in
in.
mind?
Zoom in.
Yeah.
I don't know how to zoom in. I can zoom this in.
Control and
Oh, yeah. That makes it really awkward to look at, but okay. At least it's hiding the player. Here we go. Who is this? Who is this price graph?
1 to 5. Can you give us a
Damn it.
team?
that's a 5x.
Vancouver.
It's not. Is it? No, it's not. Veselinovic. Is it Raposo? Oh, it's
No.
it's Pico. Shout out. He has attacker
Damn,
cards too. Pick him up.
Is it Fafa Pico season?
So I'm
Off of
telling you.
peak hold is
Look at that
5x
last.
right now.
Look at that last game too. Glorious. Anybody who had their $5 Vancouver stacks were thriving. Oh yeah.
Ugh, that hurts my soul. Seeing a $5 limited
Papa.
card with a guy that doesn't ever start.
I
at
think
J-Vic,
is he
so
going to start
smart.
now? Is he going to come in over Krylak now? Because I mean, he started last game. Why did he start?
Yo, so Daniel, I'm gonna tell you something about these defenders right now. When like as soon as I looked at the list, I was like, oh, duh. Brooks Lennon this season. If
Yeah.
Giacomakis is gonna be on a heater all
Brooks
year,
is
Um,
dealing for me.
even Miles, even though he's gone international right now, like he's putting up great scores this season.
Big time.
Miki Yamane, little hype boy for the season. Obviously, LA Galaxy are hype.
Dude.
He's been really good.
Look at Mickey's new season rares when they first came out. Oh my god. I was watching it because I wanted to pick up a new season rare just because I wanted to start a stack. Dude, they were going, yeah. They were
Them
going
some
for
peaks.
Yeah.
Them some peaks,
350.
boy.
Good lord.
Yeah. And now he's right back down.
Oh, also, you guys want another cheeky defender who has gone on international, but he'll be back for Montreal. Okay, Joel Waterman.
He's so good.
Yeah,
I've been looking at him. I didn't even know who Joel Waterman was. I was like, who the heck is this guy?
He came from the Canadian Premier League, bro.
Yeah, and you look at these scores, you're like, holy smokes, 47 AA, 18, 26, 41. Like,
see, that's
put up some AA.
There you go.
You're not
Granted,
decisive dependent.
Chicago Fire, a little rocky.
The new Fontas.
But yeah, I was even watching because I was watching a little bit of the Chicago Fire and Montreal game. And like, he does what you don't see a lot of center backs do. And teams that have center backs that can pick up the ball on the dribble and drive into the midfield and then distribute from there, like properly. Like last year and the year before that, when we were really good, Robin Janssen was notorious for doing that because he had Antonio Carlos behind him. Dude, this guy does the same thing. What is it? Gregerson in Atlanta. I saw him do the same thing. Waterman just does it off the dribble, just drives into the midfield. It just opens up so many things for you.
Miles
same thing.
Another one.
He's just
Joel is away the next 2 weeks and then home against Cincinnati though. So I mean he'll be on international this week against DC United, and he doesn't want DC United smoke anyway, so it's fine. But then he's away at Sounders, home at Cincy, but then a great matchup at home against Orlando. So week 4,
fantastic.
Week 4 we're banging, and then we go back on the road to Columbus. So
those Montreal stacks are good.
We just want one game week. 469.
So you see all these. There's 4 away games on the screen right now, and their first 5 games were away. So Montreal at the end of the season is just going to have nothing but home
Montreal
games.
After here. Right here. Once they get to Inter Miami at home after this Nashville game, home, away, home, away, home, away, home, away, home, away. Literally this whole stretch, there's away games mixed in, but it's all home.
Yeah,
but they do that. They do that because they're in Canada, and you can't they're outdoor, and you Vancouver doesn't have this problem because they're indoors, but you can't play home games in March in Canada. It just doesn't.
And that's fine.
It doesn't go well.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't care. That's not my problem. But at the end of the season, it's gonna be nothing but home games. In the MLS, we love home games. On Silver, we love home games. If Montreal continues on the form that they're on and they get better, ooh, buddy, watch out. Montreal stacks are going to go through the roof at the end of the season.
Yeah,
especially if we're winning cash.
Yeah, someone who I picked up was Ariel Lassiter from them. I used him 2 game weeks. He got corner kick assist and then off the line clearance and got rid of him. He had done nothing. He finally produced as soon as I got him. So yeah,
Kokoro, Montreal.
Kokoro. Who Kokoro stack?
Oh,
now we're talking.
Who on go fast? Who on go fast?
So I didn't realize this. We've been talking about New England. New England doesn't have a point yet. I did not realize that at all.
They're the only thing keeping Orlando from a wooden spoon that we haven't seen in 3-4 years.
They saved all their goals for that one team they played in the Champions League. I don't know who it was, but they scored 4 or 5 against them.
True. Seattle's in second to last. That's crazy.
Look at that. Undefeated. It's beautiful.
Dude, these standings are wild, man. LAFC's down.
Minnesota first. That's wild. That's wild.
Everybody knew that was coming.
Without Reynoso.
Everybody knew that was coming, man.
No Reynoso. Bongi isn't doing anything. It's Pookie and vibes. That's it.
Dude, how's Miami first place, dude? So gross.
Look at that goals for compared to everybody else.
They've also
You're welcome.
No, they've played an extra game. They've played an extra game.
Oh,
okay,
that's fine. Yeah.
Let's be fair. They played 2 more games than Atlanta.
Oh, that's so gross.
And it's GG season. They'll get top.
It is
they'll
so
get top of the
GG
table.
season, man. Americano Spider
Messi.
brings up you guys should look at Messi's price drop in the last
Well,
week.
Messi
Uh-oh.
is also ridiculously expensive.
I
so-
saw his new season was like 130 a little bit ago. I don't know what he's at. 70 now.
All right, show me these Messi
80.
prices. Are we not back?
Ooh.
Um,
No, go to 3 months.
it's still high.
Hmm.
I mean, it's dropped a little, I guess, but it doesn't look like it's dropped that much.
Dude, I hope he doesn't DNP that sporting game. I want to watch.
Go
him.
to
It's
the
not bad.
dollars.
I'm trying to. It's like, okay, here we go.
I mean that dropped $100.
Yeah,
Actually,
But it's
the new
barely.
season did.
The new seasons are down a little. That's kind of weird that the new seasons are so close to the old seasons now.
I guess they know he's not going to play MLS as
is it
much.
the
He's
injury?
focused on
Yeah.
Champions League.
well, it's
So.
just the injury bug too.
Yeah.
Is it buy low on Messi season?
Well, this isn't
'Cause-
low. This is
well-
one of the most expensive players in the MLS.
No, because the last couple times, the most he dipped was like it barely touched 80 a couple times, but it snapped right back up. Like if you can get a Messi under $100, like that's pretty good. Because like historically, even if you zoom all the way out,
70.
anytime it drops below 100, it snaps right back up.
This is going to be a lot of dots. Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna have to
Yeah.
go like 1 year. Go to 1 year. So at least,
Yeah, the off season he dipped down and then came back up a little bit.
yeah. Yeah, low for a guy who puts up 75 almost every game.
Instabot for nothing.
There it is.
Good decision, my guy.
Corby with the pickup. But you're also
Yeah,
he's
no.
also 75, but you don't know when that 75 is going to come.
Yeah. At
That's-
this
that's the
point,
thing.
it's like you get it when you get it. But what's the rare chart look like? Damn man, that's $100 price drop in like a few weeks. It's
Look at
not
that
a
new
big deal.
season drop quick after coming out.
Yeah, people are
See,
fading Messi.
You go like it's $100 price drop. I go it went down half, and I like that's not nearly as bad as $100 price drop.
I
You know?
mean, it was in my head it was still half, I guess, but
Like that's why I was shocked at the Fafa Pico because it's 5x. Like I don't care that it's technically only $4, but like it's 5x. You know,
People are catching on. Fafa.
I guess.
It's Fafa season.
I'm surprised that new seasons are as close to old seasons as they are
For
for
rare,
Messi.
for all of his cards for rares and for limiteds. Like I would expect these blue dots to be a lot further away. Like this line is closing, whereas everybody else in MLS, it's like you stayed the same.
Well, I think the only thing that I attested to right now is that I think everybody knows he's not playing this weekend. So everybody's buying up the cards that they think are going to win him this weekend. You got to think about it. No one's preparing for the second one. There's no one's preparing for the third game week. They're preparing for this weekend. And Messi's not to play this weekend. And dude, there's still 2 days until game lock. So these prices are probably going to get even more ridiculous. So yeah, if you're buying, if you haven't prepared, if you're thinking about it, if you're looking at it, go through, look at the guys you want, and then just look at the prices. And if it goes down to a level that you're comfortable with, then scoop it up. If not, there's more game weeks. Patience is the key. If you blow all your money now, you're gonna have money, not have money for later, and that's how you get burned, and that's how you don't have fun.
you can also wait and watch this game week, see how it goes, and then come in next game week.
There you go.
Or you can blow all your money now
Exactly. On Fafa Picos
on Fafa Picos.
and Raposo. apparently.
Buy 20 Fafa Picos. I swear he's better than Aaron Long.
And Mackenzie Gaines.
And Mackenzie Gaines.
Whoa. Gaines is the pick of the game week. He's going to be in a winning lineup.
Podium. Mackenzie Gaines podium, baby. Calling it
No
now.
chance. No
I'm
chance.
planting my flag.
Wooden
We're
spoon
doing it.
podium.
Well, I'm gonna post on Tuesday. I'm gonna post a picture of the podium lineups, and
You're just,
Just-
gonna clip
just tag
this.
you. I'm
Gonna
not
go
gonna
on
I'm not
YouTube
gonna
and
say
clip it?
anything else. I'm just gonna tag you and just post it.
I'm gonna put Mackenzie Gaines in my lineup and get podium just to make it happen.
I'm gonna Photoshop Mackenzie Gaines onto the winning lineup.
Oh man. But dude, we're at an hour and 14 minutes. We went through a lot. I hope this was helpful. I didn't really know what we were gonna do. I was like, look, we just gotta look at stuff. Again, obviously things change very quickly. So the big focus is on 361, but there's 363. It's always in 365. It's always good to prepare. You want to win that cash money because cash is hard. It's hard to get money sometimes.
Money.
Ooh, Bongi getting more game minutes tonight. Minnesota's friendly. We love that. It's Bongi season.
That's
we
good
don't
to
know
hear.
who we're taking out, but it's Bongi season.
We need his Leagues Cup form back.
Ooh, yes, sir.
That's a dangerous stack right there.
But guys, do you guys have anything else on your mind? Anything you feel like we want to let these people know before their game week gets started? All the help we can get. Did we forget anything? Is there anything else we want to mention? No, we're good.
We said all the words in the English language tonight.
Yep.
All the words. This was great. Thank you so much to Alex for joining us. Chris, the MLS card guy with me as always. Words. Daniel Cooper, Jay Vick, Mike Basson, all the people that showed up. Appreciate you guys for being here. This is why we do it. Good luck. Win all that cash.
Watch Open Cup.
Oh, watch Open Cup. We'll get into that next.